Okay, so I'll get down here because unusually this Hoover Discovery stands up on its own, which is weird for a cordless cleaner, but it's actually balanced, which is something a little bit different. Anyway, let's do a porridge and cookies test. Okay, so you've got a 4 battery power level indicator, we've got carpet and we've got turbo. So I'm going to do it with turbo on first of all and see how that fares. There's no other settings. It's also got, a bit like the Vac Slim, it's got a always on option so you can flick it on. Let's have a go. Well, that's weird. So the brush bar wasn't going round. It is there. Let's try that again. Okay, so this isn't great. Let's just move this down so you can see what's happening to the head. So this isn't a particularly thick rug. Let's get the best angle for this. Right, so I'm going to press, and now I'm pressing the car. Oh, so you can see. So the carpet tool doesn't seem to be able to turn when it's on my rug. So it's alright like that, but as soon as I put it on the rug, you see it runs and stops. Okay, well I'll do the test because maybe when I'm pushing it forward the carpet roller is going round with that, but this is a new machine. Just take this bit off. Oh, maybe it wasn't clicked in well enough. Let's just try that. Right, that seems to be working now, so let's put the camera back in the right position. Maybe the floor tool wasn't 100% clicked in, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, and let's give that a go. So carpet and turbo I'm going to go with. Okay, so no, just the same. As soon as I press the turbo button with the carpet, it seems not enough to do the brush bar, but I'll not concentrate on that and let's just see what happens. Okay, switch yourself off then. Alright, so let's have a look. Oh, okay. So there's a cookie on the floor that's dropped. There's a couple of cookies still stuck in there. In fact, there's probably all of them. One. Yeah, there's none of it. I don't think any of the cookies have been picked up. Okay, so the cookies test. Again, the cookies test is a strange one, but it, you know, some people have been interested in it, saying about pet food and things like that, because there's sometimes bigger items. But I'll keep doing it. But the porridge is the main test. It did seem to pick up the porridge well, but it's a little bit troubling that that brush roller really slows down. And you know, this is a new, it's a demo machine, but it's a new one, and it's had very, very little use. And there doesn't seem to be any blockage or anything at all. So I don't know why that brush roller doesn't go round. Yeah, I've not had this before in one of my tests. Anyway, towards the how they come apart, so it's actually very stiff to pull apart. And my concern really is when you've got very thin bits of metal like this that are sticking up, if you slightly drop that or knock that against something, that's going to bend. Then if you try and put it together, that's going to snap. So most of the ones I've seen before, this part has had a real cover around it. You know, most of the time it's either thicker or it's got more of a cover. So that would be a slight concern. I like the weight of it. It feels, whoop, okay, and it drops out. It's got the same sort of rubber flap in there that a lot of the cleaners have. So if you tip it down, it comes out. But it's picked up the porridge all right. The suction seemed pretty good. It's a weird design where this rotates. See that filter rotates when you press the button? And that's supposed to push the dust down. I watched a few videos on this. So yeah, I'm not sure about that brush roller really. I'm going to try that again and see what... Because as I say, this isn't a thick carpet. So I'm just, yeah, see that's very stiff to put together. So if if you're weak or you've got a disability or arthritis or something like that, I think you might struggle with that. This tool is exactly the same sort of fitting. You see that? So that's stopped. I mean, maybe. Well, it's nowhere. So it's nowhere near max. And it works alright with that. It just doesn't seem to like using the brush roller at the same time. Ah, okay, there's a cookie in there. So that particular bit, there was a cookie that needed to be removed. So how many cookies have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So none of the cookies are picked up, and none of them have been even mashed or anything like that, because this brush roller does seem to be much weaker than a lot of the others. So there's no blockage in this. I can see right through it. Yeah. There's not very much in here. So let's try it again, just once more with the brush roller. And if I turn on the turbo, oh, that was with turbo on. Yeah, again, the brush roller, I'm going to be picking that up on the camera, but it's... Right, just going to go and empty the porridge out. Okay, so I'll show you all the bits that come with it. I'm a little bit concerned about these hangers. Now for these bits, not really an issue, because I think that would be fine. But when you're hanging the actual vacuum cleaner on here, and I'll come around so I can see what I'm doing, this thin plastic holds this quite heavy vacuum cleaner on that wall bracket. If you get that a bit wrong or in time, I think that's probably going to go. I mean, I haven't seen them go, but it looks like a weak point to me. It's not worth going through too much really about the tools and things like that, because to be honest, I'm not impressed because of the brush bar. I mean, maybe I've got a faulty one, but the fact that the brush bar is spinning, as soon as you put it on turbo or even on standard mode, as soon as you get onto my rug, it stops spinning, and none of the cleaners I've tried before have suffered with that. So that's a little disappointing really. The hose is very light, but feels a bit stronger than the circular ones because of these sort of creases in it. I think it probably would be a bit stronger than some ordinary circular tubes. Not a big fan of the fitting. I think that's going to break. Yeah, and I mean these aren't that cheap, and there are certainly better cordless cleaners. I mean, if you watch my channel, you know that I like Dysons, but I preferred the Vac Slim to this. It certainly picked up better. It was lighter. Oh, I've got to weigh this. Let me grab scales. So let's see how much this weighs. So 1824. How does that compare? So, oh, it's nearly as heavy as the blade, and I thought the blade was definitely better performance. It's much heavier than the Vac Slim. So the blade was 1961. The Vac Slim I tried was 1446, and my V6, which is at my mother-in-law's at the moment, is 1258. I was going to use this to do the downstairs because I haven't got my V6 at the moment, but I think I'm just going to use my old mains cleaner because that performance just wasn't impressive. As I say, there may be a fault with this, but I need to try another one just to know if that's what they're like. Please leave a comment if you've had a similar experience with the brush bar on these, or any of the other people who watch my channel, just to see what you think really. But I'm fairly unimpressed. Alright, anyway, thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.